You ever read something online that felt wrong? Not just creepy, but disturbingly real, like it wasn't meant to be read at all? There's a story on Reddit, a horror story, one that got people banned. It wasn't gore. It wasn't paranormal. It was something much worse, something that felt too real. Users who read it swore they saw things, heard whispers in the night. Some claimed the story changed, evolving, as if it was watching them back. And then, people started disappearing. It began as a simple post. A user named u/nightwatcher89 shared it in a horror subreddit. The title? Don't look for me. It was written like a desperate plea. The story claimed that a man had vanished under strange circumstances, leaving behind only cryptic journal entries and an abandoned laptop in a coffee shop. The first few paragraphs were innocent enough. A man named Ethan moved into a new apartment and began noticing odd occurrences. His toothbrush moving an inch, the fridge being slightly ajar, his laptop cursor drifting on its own. Small, forgettable things. But then, the post got darker. He wrote about hearing his own voice speaking from the other room, seeing a shadow that matches movements but wasn't his. People on Reddit were hooked. But then something strange happened. A user, u/th3archivist, pointed out an anomaly. The story was changing. The original post had been edited, but there was no timestamp, no record of changes. New details appeared that hadn't been there before. Details that were eerily specific, describing the people who had commented. One user, u/mark_fear, freaked out when the story suddenly included a description of his profile picture. Another, u/darkriddle32, saw his exact words from an old, unrelated post embedded into the narrative. The horror subreddit erupted into chaos. Users accused u/nightwatcher89 of hacking accounts. But then, the impossible happened. His profile disappeared. Not banned, not deleted, just gone, as if he had never existed. And then, users who had interacted with the story started disappearing too. Reports flooded in. Accounts were vanishing overnight. Not just banned, but wiped. Their entire Reddit history erased. When people tried to reach out to them, their emails bounced back. Calls went straight to dead numbers, like they had never existed. One brave user, u/casefile31, decided to dig deeper. He found an archived version of the post and made a horrifying discovery. The story wasn't a story at all. It was a police report. Ethan was real. The apartment was real. And worst of all, the disappearances were real. Ethan had left behind one last message on his laptop before he vanished. They're watching. They read what we write. They exist in the spaces between words. If you are reading this, it's already too late. And then, as if the story itself was alive, a new paragraph appeared beneath his warning. Hello, reader. You found me. Now I've found you. The archive page glitched. The screen flickered. And then, the Reddit horror subreddit went dark. Completely deleted. Every user who had interacted with the post was either banned or missing. Months passed. The horror subreddit never returned, and the missing users were never found. But then, something terrifying happened. A new post appeared on a completely unrelated forum. It was a simple, cryptic thread titled, "You were warned." Inside, there was only one line of text. They found me again. I don't know how. If you see this, it's already watching you too. Look behind you. Users who clicked on the thread reported strange activity. Their screens flickered. Their webcams turned on by themselves. One person claimed their keyboard started typing words they didn't write. We see you. The thread vanished just hours later. But a few sharp-eyed users noticed something disturbing before it disappeared. The post wasn't made by a random user. The account that posted it had a name Reddit users would never forget. u/nightwatcher89. Here's where it gets even more chilling. A digital forensics expert decided to investigate. He searched deep into old server logs, tracking IP addresses tied to the account. And then, he found something impossible. The last login location of u/nightwatcher89. It wasn't from any known city. It wasn't from any known country. In fact, it wasn't even from Earth. The coordinates led to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, a place where nothing should exist. A place where, according to legend, things vanish without a trace. The investigator, shaken, tried to log into his Reddit account to share his findings. But when he opened his laptop, he saw a chilling message already typed in his drafts. You look too deep. Now they will find you too. Before he could react, His screen turned black, and his Reddit account gone. No trace, no history, just like the others. The mystery of u/Nightwatcher89 remains unsolved. The Reddit horror story that got people banned still lingers in the shadows of the internet. Some say it was all an elaborate hoax. Others believe something far more sinister is at play. Something watching, waiting, searching for the next reader to claim. And now, you've read it too. So tell me, what happens next?